Get ready for action because we are diving straight into the electrifying qualifying session for the 2026 Miami Grand Prix. We have live coverage right now of the intense battle as drivers fight for those crucial top spots on the grid. We are tracking every move as the grid is set for a massive race weekend.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
The results are already shaking things up. We look at the drama unfolding in the Miami sprint race, where Audi faced a serious setback. Gabriel Bortoleto has been disqualified from the results after an engine intake air pressure violation was found during post-race technical checks. We break down exactly what happened with the pressure limits and the team's defense against the ruling. But the excitement doesn't stop there. We bring you the latest updates from the live F1 Miami Grand Prix, focusing on the qualifying showdown. Kimi Antonelli is on pole for tomorrow, but Max Verstappen is right on his tail, battling for second place in an incredible display of speed. We analyze the shifting dynamics and the impact of the changing wind on these top contenders. And we wrap up with the final qualifying picture. We see how Lando Norris fought his way into the top 10, and we look at the final standings as teams regroup. Don't miss a second of this action, because we'll be right back with all the analysis you need to know about the Miami Grand Prix. Live coverage is underway for the qualifying session of the 2026 Miami Grand Prix. Spectators and fans are tuned in as the grid is set for the upcoming race. This session is a crucial step in determining the starting positions for the highly anticipated Formula One event. The action is live as teams and drivers push their machinery to its limits in the pursuit of a top-tier grid slot. Stay with us for the latest updates as we follow every critical moment of the qualifying session. Audi's performance in the Miami Grand Prix sprint race was marred by a disqualification stemming from an engine technical infringement. Gabriel Bortoleto, who finished 11th in the race, was disqualified after his car's engine intake air pressure was measured to exceed the maximum permitted limit. The incident followed a frustrating start for the Audi team, as teammate Nico Hülkenberg was unable to take the start due to a mechanical failure. This marks the third time in 5 recent events, 3 Grand Prix and 2 sprint races, that an Audi driver has been barred from starting due to engine issues. Audi defended the disqualification, arguing that while the FIA measured the pressure above 4.8 bar, the spike occurred over a single lap when temperatures rose unexpectedly. The team claimed they took corrective action to bring the car back into compliance, which the stewards acknowledged. However, the ruling maintained the strict interpretation that the car must adhere to technical regulations at all times, leading to the final decision against Bortoleto. Following the sprint incident, Bortoleto was sidelined from the start of qualifying for the main Grand Prix, with his car being dismantled in the Audi garage. Meanwhile, Hülkenberg was reportedly ready to compete in the subsequent session. The overall grid for the Grand Prix featured a competitive field, with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri of McLaren leading the pack, followed by Charles Leclerc and George Russell. The results showed a tight battle, with Max Verstappen maintaining a strong position near the front. Neu Dunkai tight. Qualifying for the Miami Grand Prix is heating up, with Kimi Antonelli securing pole position for the race. Antonelli expressed satisfaction with his performance, noting a challenging sprint but a successful recovery and optimism for the Grand Prix start. And the qualifying session has seen a tight battle for the top spots, with 4 teams firmly in the top 4, suggesting a fiercely competitive race ahead. The current top 10 order is 1. Antonelli 2, Verstappen 3, Leclerc 4, Norris 5, Russell 6, Hamilton 7, Piastri 8, Colapinto 9, Hadjar and 10. Gasly, and key developments in the session included Russell failing to improve his position, while Piastri managed to improve his lap time but remained in 7th. Max Verstappen demonstrated strong pace, notably finding speed in the middle sector, though he could not overtake the Mercedes. N in the opening laps, Antonelli set a benchmark time of 1 minute 27.798 seconds, significantly faster than Russell, who was 0.4 seconds off his teammate. Other key times included Piastri at 1 minute 28.687 seconds and Lando Norris at 1 minute 28.183 seconds. /N as the session progressed, Leclerc posted a strong time of 1 minute 28.143 seconds, challenging for the quickest lap. Verstappen ultimately took the lead with a time of 1 minute 28.116 seconds, narrowly edging out Norris. /N conditions are proving dynamic, with changing wind gusts up to 25 kph noted at turn 11, influencing lap times. Engineers are analyzing deployment issues, with Norris attributing a lack of deployment in turn 16 to wind. /N further changes occurred in the latter stages. Leclerc moved up to second, while Antonelli improved his time to 1 minute 28.289 seconds. Verstappen's opening sector proved difficult, with tire grip being a concern. /N in the final phase, the field shifted. Piastri improved to fourth, and Norris moved up to seventh on used soft tires. The heat, with ambient temperatures reaching 34 degrees Celsius and track temperatures hitting 52 degrees Celsius, is putting pressure on the rear tires. /N at the end of the session, Antonelli secured a fast time of 1 minute 28.653 seconds, seemingly safe. The session concluded with several retirements, including Lindblad, Bortoleto, and the elimination of the Aston Martin cars. Audi is expected to find something in the session, as Hülkenberg was on track despite a previous engine failure. The race remains finely poised as teams await the final confirmation of pole position. Formula One driver Gabriel Bortoleto has been disqualified from the results of Saturday's sprint race at the Miami Grand Prix following a technical breach identified post-race. The decision stems from an engine intake air pressure violation found on his Audi. Bortoleto had finished the 100-kilometer sprint event in 11th position, but he has now been removed from the classification due to exceeding the prescribed limits. Specifically, post-sprint technical checks revealed that the air pressure within Bortoleto's Audi surpassed the maximum allowable limit of 4.8 bar, violating Article C532 of the FIA F1 technical regulations concerning engine intake air pressure. The FIA Formula One technical delegate, Joe Bauer, flagged the issue to the stewards, who subsequently handed down the disqualification. The technical regulations explicitly state that engine intake air pressure must remain below 4.8 bar at all times, measured by sealed devices in approved locations within the engine intake air system downstream of the charge air cooling system. This disqualification compounds difficulties for the Audi team during the sprint, which had already faced setbacks, including the loss of Nico Hülkenberg before the race began when his car caught fire during reconnaissance laps. The stewards reviewed submissions from the team representatives of Car 5, who acknowledged the technical delegate's finding was correct. However, the team offered mitigation, explaining that the pressure spike occurred over a single lap due to unexpectedly high temperatures, and corrective action was taken immediately to bring the pressure back into compliance. Despite recognizing the corrective measures, the stewards ruled that the regulations demand compliance at all times, which was not the case. Consequently, a disqualification from the sprint classification was applied as the standard penalty for this technical infringement.